What's up, San Antonio? You are listening to KSYM San Antonio College Radio. It's your boy, DJ Cam, and I have a special treat for you tonight. I have Taylor Rice from Local Natives. Taylor, thank you for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we are here to discuss the new album, but first, let's talk about your tour that just kicked off. You were in what, Turkey, UK, Ireland? Like, how are you feeling, bud? You're back in the States.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we're a little bit like walking zombie vibes out here, still kind of on Europe time, but
Yeah.
um yeah, this is like day two of the tour. Yesterday we kicked it off in Fort Worth and just a beautiful night, amazing show. So feeling great. Very happy to kind of be here and be home. And this is our last tour of the year, so we're hyped.
Yeah, and again, you guys are playing in San Antonio tonight. That's going to be at Aztec Theater. The new album is called "But I'll Wait for You." This is the sixth studio album from Local Natives. How does it feel to get it out there, man?
It feels great. And But I'll Wait for You is kind of like the second record of this double album project that we did. We released a record called Time Will Wait for No One last year. And so But I'll Wait for You is sort of the second half of that and the sister record. And it's like the last of like a very long project of this huge body of work that we've been up to making for the last many years. And yeah, it's so nice to like have the whole thing out into the world and playing these songs live and like letting them have their own life. It's been awesome.
That's good, man. Yeah, everywhere I'm reading, it's like it's a sister album, and it's so conceptual. Like,
Mhm.
I have so many questions, but I love talking about the tour life. I just feel like you guys are out there probably eating poorly, sleeping poorly, playing for random people, and I'm just curious, like, what was it like overseas, and what's been the coolest city so far?
Oh yeah. Well, this European tour that we just did, it was like London, Dublin, Berlin, The Hague, and then I think I gotta say is Istanbul,
Yeah, man.
which we've been to one time before. It's not our first time, but it's a place that we don't get to often, and it's just culturally so different from kind of like Western Europe and a lot of other places, and it's such a beautiful city. It's so rad, it's super interesting. And and yeah, that was pretty cool to be in Turkey. I would say that was the real like kind of travel highlight of the trip.
That's what's up. I used to live in Turkey when I was a kid, actually, man.
No way. Are you
Yeah,
serious?
for real. Yeah,
Wow,
military
that's
brat, but
amazing.
we lived outside of Istanbul when I was a kid, so that's dope, man.
Wow. Wow, that's really cool.
So with these international crowds, I'm curious, like, do the crowds differ in any way to you, as opposed to the States, like the way they're relating to the music at all?
Yeah, it is interesting. It's actually usually like relatively hyper local. Like it can really be city by city rather than country by country or something,
Right.
you know?
Okay. Yeah.
And so it might just be something like, oh, in this like city, in Istanbul, for whatever reason, there's like this version of Dark Days that has Amelia from Sylvan Esso on it, and that's like the top, like Turkey and Istanbul are like the top places for that song, like very
Awesome.
specifically.
Cool.
Or it might be like Mount Washington, and yeah, I don't really know why that happens, but yeah, sometimes it's just like really specific and people like getting hype on,
Just
oh, this
particular
part of the
tracks.
set. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Awesome, man. Well, let's talk about the album, But I'll Wait for You. I mean, the hit single I suppose would be April. But I'm a big fan of Neon Memory myself.
Oh, okay.
It,
You're a
it
Neon Memory man.
dude, it gets
Nice.
me going, dude. I love it. Tickles my cerebellum. I don't know. I love it a lot. What stands out from this album and the last album? I know it's like a sister kind of thing, but what sticks out this album compared to the last one?
Well, I think what sticks out this album compared to the last,
Or maybe
comparing them,
sonically. Yeah.
well, yeah, like contrasting them, they're really kind of from the same body of work. So there are some contrasts, but I think it's more, that they in many ways are a little bit more from a similar like emotional space and like headspace and everything.
Gotcha.
One thing I'd say about this record, some of it was like when we were making. Time Away for No One, what kind of happened is like we made all the music that you'd make for a record, and it's really felt like we are not done. There's like more songs in here and more to the story that we wanted to keep going. And so for But I'll Wait for You, there's some of the songs on the session, and I'll speak to Neon Memory just because you brought it up. That was like just this little seed of an idea of a song, and it's one that we really kind of did like live in the room. We like jammed it out in a day. And the way that we make songs, that's like very atypical. Usually it's like really worked out and worked out and worked out and chiseled away like a sculpture, over weeks or months. And Neon Memory was like just more one of these things that was kind of like a little spark, like let's just keep it super loose. Let's really not overthink it. So there was some of that energy on But I'll Wait for You where it was a little less like fussy. It was like, let's just jam this out, do what feels good in this moment in the room
Yeah,
and just roll with it. And
that's cool.
that was a cool experience.
Awesome, man. Yeah, like I told him I was like, "Yo, put that one in the daily rotation, bro." Like I love that track.
All
Um,
right. Love
but
that.
but yeah, man. Another thing with the album, you guys released a short film. Would you like to explain to the listeners how they can see that and what was the thought process going into that? I mean, that's a big deal shooting a short film.
Yeah, making the short film, that it was so amazing to do. Never done anything like that. And it kind of came up because we we were doing this, big double record thing. It's kind of like grandiose. It's this concept, kind of like double album, something we really hadn't done before. And so we were in that energy and we are like, what could we do that's like super unique? And the idea of making this film came up. And I mentioned we worked with this director, Jonathan Chu, who's made some music videos with us in the past. He made our tap dancer video from Violet Street. He made our NYE music video from Time Wait for No One. And we had this kind of concept to like the liminal kind of crazy headspace of what it's like to make an album. And you're sort of like trapped in your own bubble in your own world. And it can be like really exciting and exhilarating. It can also be very like crazy making, can get like very psychedelic.
Yeah,
Um,
I saw some of the
and we
clips. I was like, "Whoa."
yeah, it gets a little bit nuts. And
Yeah.
there were a few big influences. One was this Harry Nilsson BBC special from the 70s.
Okay, cool.
And it's this rad special, you should look it up, that it's like it's got a live studio audience and then it's got like he's performing, but then there are these kind of like weird skits that happen. Some are funny and then some are just like really bizarre and kind of psychedelic. And
That's my
we
vibe.
we really took inspiration from that, and you really get to see like a lot of our personality, what it's actually like, the dynamic of our band, how we are together. And yeah, it was a super cool project. It was really amazing to make this like big visual film.
That's cool. It's like you're literally bringing it to life. You know what I mean? Like it's really cool to see, man. But yeah, listeners, you can get that on the website. You can get the album and the short film as well. Let's see what else I wanted to ask you, buddy. Let's see. When you're on tour and stuff, but do you have any rituals that you like to do? What are you listening to? Do you eat anything particular? You take a bunch of shots before? I don't know. What do you got? Any rituals?
We have some rituals for
Yeah,
tour for
yeah.
sure. Like I don't know what's like interesting to share. I mean, one thing I always like sing. Kelsey Ryan and I, there's like a singing thing we do, and we're like we're pacers, so we're just pacing around the room and just messing around and singing harmonies and warming up our voices. That's something we always do to get into the zone, kind of maybe like right a little bit before a show,
Is it like
and then
unique New York kind of whatever?
we don't do the kind of like musical theater
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
stuff. We don't do that. It's
Okay.
more just like humming and
Cool.
like just making up harmonies and stuff on the spot, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then yeah, we kind of have this like huddle we do before every show. I think we've done it literally every show that we've ever done our whole career. And we like huddle up, take a breath together, and like kind of have this like very centered moment right before we go on stage.
Nice, man. That's cool. You've been doing that forever then. Cool.
We have, yeah.
All right. Let's see. What else was gonna ask you? let's see. I mean, I think you've covered everything. I guess what I was gonna ask was, if you could collab with anybody, like musically, is there someone on your list that you would want to work with?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Let's see. I think like we're huge Damon Albarn fans.
Yes.
You like Damon?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude,
You like
totally.
Blur, Gorillas? What do you
But
like?
I even like the good, the bad, and the queen, man.
Yeah, so do
Yeah.
we, especially Matt, our
I got that
drummer.
album like right over there in the studio, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's I think like one of the inspirational touch points that all of us get really hyped on, and is a big time collaborator. So, that would be definitely like a dream one.
I'll
We
see what
love
I can
how
do
he
about that, man.
works.
I can link you guys
Yeah,
up, man.
man. Get us in there.
That's what's up. Last thing I just wanted to say, man, for you before I get you out of here. I told a lot of people that I was interviewing you guys today, and I got some really like raw like reactions from some of these people that are like really big fans
Mm.
of you guys. Like the other day I was playing what's the song? I'm gonna leave you. What is it called?
When am
Uh
I gonna lose you?
yeah, when I'm gonna lose you. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I'm playing that, and this girl, she starts like tearing up. I was like, oh my god, let me like turn this off. And she's like, no, finish the song. I want to hear this. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then my buddy Kyle, he wanted me to tell you he was listening to like Dark Days and Heavy Feet, and he's like, yeah, I showed my ex Alpharetta, and we listened to it like. And I was curious, like, are you like self-aware of like how your songs like hit people? Like they they connect to it
Um,
pretty crazy, like in a cool way, but
yeah, I mean, I think so. Yeah, I think that's kind of the point. I mean,
yeah.
I really think it's like other than our just love for making music, but to kind of do it this long and the touring and all of it, it's like it really is about the connection for it. And we mostly feel that live, like when you're playing that song and everybody's like in it and everybody's experiencing it together, and you can see those people that are like really feeling it, like it means something to them.
Yeah.
Um, it's just like it's so special. It's such an amazing thing, and I think that's like a huge reason why we love like making music together. But that's cool. Thanks for sharing that. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
man.
always rad to hear how songs kind of hit people and what they mean to them.
Right on, man. All right. Well, San Antonio, I'm here with Taylor Rice from Local Natives. They're going to be playing at Aztec. That's tonight. Go get your tickets. And if you can't make it there, they're going to be in Houston down the road tomorrow night, I believe.
That's right.
So go check them out. Taylor, I know you're got a crazy schedule. So just thanks for being here, man. It's really dope to meet you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.